welcome to the second Searching for CD Singles. Yes, here I am in Stretford Mall. Only 2 charity shops here, so I'll be joining this episode up with charity shops in sale. And just to say that Stretford is the domain of Morrissey as well, yes. And there's also a link with Herman's Hermits from the 60s as well, I think you went to a nearby school. Right, let's go to the British Heart Foundation. Time is ticking. So I had a good look around in the British Heart Foundation. Really good selection of classical CDs, particularly in this British Heart Foundation in Stretford. Eventually found the CD singles. Still working out then how I would include more CD single cover content. So I just took a photograph of each cover as I came to them. For future visits, what I'm doing is stacking them on the floor, and that enables me to keep filming them as I just sift through them. Not bad in there. I didn't think there was going to be very much at first. Very good classical section, very well organised. Then I found a small stash of CD singles. And next is Love Care, charity shop and wellbeing services. Used to be a lot more charity shops here, just for 2 now in Stretford, so here we go. I don't work here. Oh, sorry. I'm going through the CD singles. No, I'm having I collect the CD singles, so I'm having a jolly good rummage. Sadly, they don't make CD singles anymore, or very rarely. Wow, what a haul in there. Amazing, amazing. I had to dig really well through the normal CDs to find the CD singles. And I got M People moving on up. Good song. I like the motivational lyrics and the sort of dialogue, and this is the situation. I'm going to do this, you're going to do this. There. Lots of mixes on there. Shane McGowan and Moya Brennan. Shane McGowan, Pogues, Moya Brennan from Clanad. I don't know the song, I don't know the single, I don't know the film, Circle of Friends, but it could be really interesting. Mel C, I Turn to You. Absolutely fantastic single. I remember it back when it was released in the 90s. Really enjoy it, so see what that's like. And Ida, don't know this. I thought it looks an interesting one, from 94. Yep, it's from 94. I'll look forward to giving that a spin and see what it's like. So Stretford, only down to 2 charity shops in the mall at the moment. I think Barnardo's around the corner is opening it again soon. But 4 CD singles, £4.50 spent. And how are we doing for the timer? Hello again, and welcome to the review part of Searching for CD Singles, where I go through my purchases, and I've just been listening to my purchases from the shopping trip to Stretford. Just 2 charity shops, but by golly, what a haul. Interesting though, some blessings and some ones I will be pleased to get rid of. First up, M People, moving on up. Yeah, I really love the track, but I kind of lost the will to live. There's 5 mixes on it, about 35, I think, minutes of music. I got really tired of it, and none of the mixes particularly stood out for me. So I think I'll be putting that one back into the charity shop ecosystem. As an interesting anecdote, by the way, about this song. I had to take a funeral for an uncle of mine, and in his instructions for the funeral, he asked that you had Moving On Up, but he didn't specify the artist, so we didn't know whether it was Moving On Up, Primal Scream, which I thought would have been the more appropriate one for a funeral, or this one, Moving On Up M People, which is more about relationship breakup, stuff you, I'm getting out of here, goodbye. So anyway, God bless your Uncle Ken. Moving on up, no. Now, Shane McGowan, Moya Brennan, Pogues, Clannad, yeah. Really very good. 12 minutes from 1995. The title track is You're the One from the film Circle of Friends. I do not know the film at all. But however, what a combination. Moya Brennan's voice as floaty and ethereal and angelic and powerful as you would expect. And then Shane comes in. Sorry, Shane, if you ever get to see this, I'm not taking the pee, but it was, my goodness, like chalk and cheese. Beautiful piece of music anyway. The second track, which is called Eiling, I think, is a toe-tapping piece of folk, really very good. And the third one's more rocky, perhaps more typical Pogues. Not quite for me, but I will keep this one because I love Moya Brennan. The combination of McGowan and Brennan is something almost comedic, but beautiful for it. And I do love some toe-tapping folk music, so that one will be kept. Next, Ida from 1994, Get Undressed. Hadn't heard of it, not at all familiar with it. I listened to it, I don't really like it. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to it again. If I heard it at, let's say, like a folk festival or a music festival, I would sit there and enjoy it and then move on. It doesn't stay with me. So, sorry, that one will not be stopping with me. But, hey, you never know, it might be your type of thing. Marley, You Never Know. Again, this is from 2004, trancey, dancey stuff. I didn't hear this at the time, not at all aware of this piece of music. However, track 3, which is the Kenny Hayes vocal mix, I think is a standout trancey piece of music. And for that, I will keep this one. The other 4 tracks, I will not go out of my way to listen to, but the track 3, brilliant, love it. Marley, You Never Know. And finally, one of the Spice Girls, bless her, Mel C, I Turn to You. Absolutely stunning title track. Really love it. Very sharp, incisive, clear voice. Also, a long forgotten track for me was Never Be the Same Again. I do remember hearing it at the time when it came out, but I'd all forgotten about it. But it was really nice. I didn't like the rappy bit so much, but no, good to hear that. So Mel C, I'll be keeping you. Really good CD single. So that sums up my purchases from the charity shops in Stretford. 2 of them when I went. The Bernardo's I see has been reopened since I went, so I'll have to go and have a trip to Bernardo's. So thank you for watching Searching for CD Singles. I've got a trip coming up later this week. Hope to do 2 towns for another 2 instalments, which I'll release at weekly intervals. Now I have a few of these. If you have some comments as to how I could make this better, please do let me know. If you enjoy some of the tracks or don't enjoy, you think I've been unkind or too kind, just leave a comment, okay? Let's have some conversations about searching for CD singles. Tracks you like, tracks you don't, things that you've got, things you'd like to get. So click subscribe, comment, and if you really do enjoy it, please share.